Hello, this is Miss Marianne, and this is week 3 of the summer reading program. Imagine your story. This week, we are having stories about dragons. And the book I want to read today is called Dragons, and it was written by Matt Doeden and illustrated by Martin Bustamonte. And I think the illustrations in this book is particularly beautiful. Dragons, are they real? No, of course not. It's all imaginary, but they are fun. Dragons. A shadow sweeps over the village. Children scream in fright. A huge dragon lowers his scaly head. The dragon dives and opens its jaws wide. A stream of white hot fire bursts from his mouth. Below is a herd of sheep. They scramble. One is too slow. The dragon uses its long, sharp teeth to scoop up the animal. Dragons are mysterious. People don't know a lot about their lives. Every dragon begins life in an egg. Female dragons lay their eggs in layers. Dragon mothers care for their hatchlings until they're able to fend for themselves. Young dragons must leave the nest to find their own lairs. And most dragons live in lairs deep inside caves. Dragons collect treasure, and they keep their hoards inside the lair. Dragons are carnivorous. They hunt for meat. Young dragons seek out small prey, such as mice. As dragons grow, they hunt bigger prey. Adult dragons can eat a cow or a buffalo in a single meal. Adult dragons may sleep for weeks or even years at a time. They wake to hunt and collect treasure, and they mate. The older a dragon is, the more it sleeps. Knights and other dragon slayers kill some dragons, but most dragons have very long lives. They may live for hundreds or even thousands of years. Some believe these great beasts can live forever. They may remain deep in their lairs, sleeping away for centuries. And here we have the egg, a hatchling, a young dragon, adult dragon, and an ancient dragon. Dragons come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Dragons from Western legends tend to be large, but dragons from Eastern legends are often small. Most dragons, large or small, share a few common features. Dragons look like serpents or lizards. They're long and slender. Their bodies are covered with hard scales. The beast's tongue has scales to protect them from all but the sharpest weapons. And here you can see a Western dragon and an Eastern dragon. Most dragons have wings. They are large and leathery, and they look like the wings of a bat. The biggest dragons need very large, strong wings, but even large, strong wings may not be enough to lift the dragon's great weight. Dragons may rely on magic to fly. And here you can see the metacarpals. Like a human and bats, a dragon has 5 metacarpals on each arm. These fingers make up the bones in each of the wings. And here you see his arms. A dragon's arms are strong enough to flap these large wings. And over here you have the winged membrane. The wing membrane is a thick skin covered in scales on the outside. It's flexible and it's strong. Can you see that? A dragon can be deadly. Its sharp teeth can rip apart any animal or enemy. Its claws sink deep into the flesh of its prey. A dragon can also use its tail as a weapon. A powerful whip of the tail can crush a knight's armor. When a dragon opens its mouth, it's time to run. Many dragons can breathe fire, but fire isn't the only kind of dragon breath. Some dragons breathe blasts of ice. Others spew deadly poison. They don't sound very nice. I'm glad they're just imaginary. Here's the parts of a dragon. He has eyes that have sharp vision so they can track prey. A dragon's jaws are strong enough to snap up an animal in half. Sharp claws can tear through the toughest armor. A dragon's wings are large and strong, and they may also have magical properties. A dragon's tail helps the beast stay balanced. A whip of the tail also makes a deadly attack. Thick scales cover the dragon's body. Like armor, they provide protection. Dragons are beasts of myth. People have told stories of these great creatures for thousands of years. Many dragons are frightful. Tiamat was a dragon goddess in stories from ancient Babylon. She gathered other dragons and monsters to fight against gods. The story of Fafnir comes from Northern Europe. Fafnir was a man who turned into a dragon. He guarded his treasure with a breath of poison. Other dragons are helpful. Chinese legend tells of 4 dragons. They gave the land its rivers, and they are the black dragon, the long dragon, the pearl dragon, and the yellow dragon. The dragon's pearl, another Chinese legend, tells of a dragon that gave a man a pearl. The pearl gave sight to the man's blind mother. Dragons are still a big part of myths and legends today. Stories and movies show them as wise, powerful, and mysterious. The dragon Smaug in the beloved book The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien terrorized the land. Dragons are also a part of many games. Video game players ride and slay dragons. Players in the game Dungeons and Dragons hunt dragons and they collect treasure. hope you enjoyed that story, and maybe you'll come into the library and check it out. We do have an activity bag today for you. And guess what's inside? Of course, the makings of a dragon. So there is a pool noodle in there, and you have some wings and ears. Let me show you how to make it. Start with the pool noodle, and there are 2 pieces of foam here that become the wings. You're going to sort of cross them, and then you're going to use a pipe cleaner and just stick it into here so the wings stay right there. Then you have 2 googly eyes, which you'll glue down here, both right there. And then you have some small pom-poms that will be the nostrils, and you're going to put those right down here too. I do have a picture that shows you how to do that. Then what we're going to do, you'll have to do, is make a little slit. You can use your scissor or have Mom cut a little slit in there, and you'll have 2 foam pieces, which are his ears, and you're going to just stick them in that slit. Then there's all different sizes and colors of pipe cleaners, and you're going to stick that right in here to make his scales. And we have some other foam pieces, which will be his tusks there. And again, you can just glue that on. And we have some tissue paper, and just put them all together in a bunch like this. And you can just stick that right in the middle, and it probably will stay there without any glue. And then you'll have your dragon. Inside, there is a picture of the dragon, so you know what he looks like, and that'll help you put all the pieces together. We have some activity sheets for you. There's a dragon word search. Here's the words up here. Again, find them horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. And we have a coloring sheet, but this one has you doing a little math. 10 plus 6 equals 16, and then you would look at our chart, 16, yellow. So you color that space yellow. So that will help you figure it out. And we have a dragon here that you can color with crayons or a marker. Here's his wings. Color those in, then you're going to cut it out, and this dragon can fly. You'll take the wings when cut off, and you'll glue it across here. Just in the center you want to glue it. Then you will fold the dragon, and then once he's folded, you can fly the dragon through the air. So those are our activities today. I hope you enjoyed the story about dragons, and you'll come into the library to get our activity bags, and don't forget to bring your reading log. And if you don't have one yet, it's not too late. So hope to see you at the library or at our story hours on Tuesday at 10:30 in Deltaville and Wednesday at 10:30 outside both places in Urbana. See you then. Bye-bye.